Welcome back to Tifosi Time, your soon-to-be favorite Serie A podcast. I'm Frank, joined by Dan, Chris, and Pietro. We discuss everything calcio, mostly Juventus. So if you're a Juventus fan, join in the conversation. Hear us bash them most of the time. But we'll also cover transfers, the other big teams in Italy, and pretty much anything else that comes to mind. So say hello, fellas.
Hey, we got two games for Juventus this week.
Yeah.
Two games.
Two games. And do I dare say some positive stuff this week?
Oh, you jinxed it. It's over. I predict 3-game losing streak now.
Let's get into it. Let's go to the first game, the midweek game, where it was the makeup game from beginning of the season with the COVID cancellation, right? So we finally get this game. And the funny thing about this game, yes, Juventus won, but Juventus had people with COVID this time, and Napoli was 100%. That's the annoying part about it, but it's never a perfect system.
Yeah,
2-1.
But one of them was Bonucci, so we don't really care.
Yeah, no,
that was a positive.
Yeah, that's a plus. Go ahead. So who wants to start off?
It was nice to see Dybala back, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest takeaway from the game for me is Dybala's back and he scores, and that was such a big goal. I don't even care about anything else that happened in that game. Is that the fact that he scored and that every single person tackled him, after he scored, because they know how much it meant to him. They know how much he means to the team. That's why right there alone, you can't sell him. Like, you lose him, your team is done. So that's my one takeaway from the game, is that he means more to the team more than what people think.
I agree. I don't think you're going to get a different argument from us. I think we all want Dybala to stay.
Yeah, I will. I doubt whether or not Juventus sees that he means that much to the team. That I still have my doubts, but I do think obviously we should be building around Dybala, right, moving forward. But yeah, it was great to see him score. I think a big weight lifted off his chest for sure, and it was great to see the team support him. They could tell that it meant a lot, which was good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they played a decent game versus Napoli. I predicted a 3-1 loss just because they had been playing so bad.
Craig, the enthusiasm by the player, right? He showed one thing about Juventus team this year, because I believe there is a two group in the player, one for Ronaldo and one for Dybala.
Yeah, I see
the
that.
most I think is for Dybala, although he didn't do nothing this year because he injured. But as a team player, they show a little bit about who's for the team and who's for himself.
Yeah. I mean, it takes you watching one game to know the difference in the game, how they play, right? I mean, listen, if you pass the ball to Ronaldo anywhere within 20 yards of the goal, he's shooting, right? He's not passing the ball back to you. He's where Dybala will be a little bit more altruistic and play for the team. So I think there probably is an element of that. I think it's also the people that have been on the bench with him, right? The group, if you think about it, even when they got in trouble and they went to the party, it was like Arthur, Dybala, McKinney, right? So I wonder if there's a little bit of that too. The people that get to play versus the people that don't play, right?
Although they say on the dinner there was more than those three.
Oh, who were the others?
People that left before.
They were smart.
I don't know, before the police came.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's good that you like Frank said, like, obviously Dybala's more fun to play with than Ronaldo. Like, you're gonna get the ball back. He's gonna involve you more. Ronaldo is more of a one-man show kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, if there is a division there, I can see why people would pick Dybala over Ronaldo.
Plus,
because Juventus has to think about next year too.
Yeah.
About the transfer. It's important.
Yeah, but that's Ronaldo's control. They have nothing to do with that. He wants to leave. He's going. That's
what
all.
Are you talking about? Ronaldo. No, if you don't want to keep Ronaldo, if they don't have someone to buy, they're going to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Because they have to make money.
I know. We don't want that to happen.
And that's what they should not do.
Well, that's what I've been talking about for a year and a half, 2 years now, right? I've been calling them out on that. And who was the one? Which one of you guys sent me the article that said Juventus needs to make $100 million, players on the potential sale list, and McKinney was even listed there. Now we know it's all newspaper rumors, right? They don't know crap, but that's exactly what's happened in Juventus the last 2 or 3 years. It's to raise any type of funds. They end up selling anyone who's younger, who makes a decent pay, who's got any type of upside, because the teams don't want your overpaid old guys. And what happens is, let's say you sell McKinney in that or Dybala, you still have to replace them.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to flip Dybala into 6 young kids, how does it help you?
It's not.
How does it help you to have 6 young kids in Ronaldo? It doesn't make any sense.
No, I totally agree. And if you had to make betting odds right now on who stays and who goes, Ronaldo's staying, Dybala's leaving.
Yeah. But that's a mistake, because you see, in order for you to keep Ronaldo, you have to build a team, that could play for him.
Yeah.
A good championship. And you don't have a money for that.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article, I don't know if it's true or not, today, that Ronaldo wants to Joao Pinto for Portugal, the guy from
Joao Felix.
Yeah, Joao Felix.
Yeah,
he has to understand this is another position. I want this, I want that.
Yeah,
Juventus and then
they don't have money for
in
that.
a situation that they can buy this. They might switch with the ball.
Yeah, but think about it. I was just about to say that. So Pond jumped in and said they should not be getting rid of Dybala, right? So what you just said, I think, is the point. By Ronaldo saying, I want Joao Felix, he's basically saying, get rid of Dybala and bring you the guy I want, right?
So a reason, for those who don't know, someone they think about getting Dybala, he's on the last year of his contract next year. They've talked contract extensions, and they've refused to give him the money that he wants. So that's why there's this whole to do about if he's staying or not, because he's not locked up. You can't lose him for nothing. So that's where that comes from. So go ahead, Frank. Sorry, I just wanted to say.
Also, I understand that for Ronaldo, they want a team that can afford him, and they want 30 million for Ronaldo, which is difficult.
Listen, so here's the thing.
Already to save on the salary, I think it's already one thing.
Well, he gets $500,000 a week. It's insane.
He makes 30 million a year?
Yeah.
35?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
So
net,
the point
net.
Yeah.
The point that was made
54 million with the tax.
The point that was made earlier, right, is if you keep Ronaldo, you have to try to make a team that can win the Champions League, right? So you have to surround them with better players, not worse, right? So if you're gonna sell Dybala, sell McKinney, right, sell a couple of good guys, and end up with Ronaldo, how is your team better?
What do you do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What do you do?
Who you play with?
What do you do? So
Ronaldo's going to make it. He's going to do 25 goals with the remainder of the people.
It doesn't matter. Even if he does 30 goals, he did 35 last year. He didn't win anything.
Yeah, so that's why it doesn't make sense. They're in a bad position. They've been managed poorly, and we've been saying that
the only
for a few
thing they have to
years.
do to sell him.
Yeah, that's the best way out of it is selling Ronaldo, but that's not going to happen unless he says yes, sell me.
No, it's going to happen because Manchester United, FPCG, they want it.
Yeah, but
it's about if you get it to 30 million or 25.
Just give him one.
Anyway, give it to him.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk. The only reason why I mentioned it is Dybala, because he's had such a rough season, and just the fact that everyone loved him so much, on that play, and you can see it as a team. But let's go back to.
They have to ask also themselves how many free kicks he scored.
Yeah, one.
The ball, how many does if he play?
I don't even think he gets one attempt a year anymore. So we're getting some Inter comments.
There's some Inter love coming in. How come we're back at this format, by the way?
Because he's got the graphic there.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about the actual game. What did you see? Another thing that I saw in the game was Danilo is so much better on defense than when they put him in midfield. He's just lost in the midfield.
One game on midfield. The first time he put him midfield,
he played okay. He played okay.
But I
that was an
prefer him
emergency
to play
situation.
defense.
I think he's a competent fullback. Like, keep him at fullback.
He's not a midfielder. They played him in midfield one game out of emergency. He played okay, and then all of a sudden he tried the second game, and you saw every defect he had. He's a defender. This year he's been a solid defender. Like, let's not try to.
Yeah.
It's like these coaches that try to make a fullback that attacks really well up from the back tries to make him a wing, and all of a sudden he stinks. Right? There's different elements of where you are on the field and how you see it and how you can react to the play. It's different. Like, you can't just put Danilo at midfield and go, well, you don't have the right positioning. You're slow to read the game in that position. Like, you're not great technically. So what do you expect them to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on Buffon starting after that terrible game by Chesney against Benevento? Was that a shock to you guys?
No, I think Buffon should start the rest of the games. And they should sell Chesney and try to get some money for him.
And he made some pretty good saves. He made a couple decent saves that were pretty clutch.
Why are you acting surprised? It's been 43 years the guy's been doing the same thing.
43 years.
I mean, the guy came out of his mom making saves. I'm pretty sure. Like, come on. I mean, why are we? He's not worse than Chesney.
Did you guys notice players that had the ball were like actually attacking and dribbling and trying to take players one-on-one and like creating opportunities? Like, we have the talent to do that. I don't understand why they don't do it more. And when they do, they're creating chances. They need to do stuff like that more. I
posted that kind of comment on one of the Juve Reddit thread. I said, why did it take 30-plus games for this team to start running and try to play one-touch passing? I don't understand.
Let me ask you something, though. Okay, so because that's the question, right? So was this game versus Napoli a result of them knowing their back was against the wall and the Champions League was at risk, right? And they just, rose to the occasion because it was Napoli. Was it a case of how Napoli plays allows us to play a little bit different, right?
No, because you saw it against Genoa.
Yeah, they did it. They did
it against Genoa this weekend too.
Yeah, they did play two good games in a row, and actually that was what I said when they beat Napoli. I said, the real test will be, do they win?
2 games in a row. No, wait, hold a minute.
It wasn't full 90 minutes.
Two half time are good.
That's better than what we've had, though.
Even when Napoli started with Napoli, the second half Napoli took over.
Yeah,
it's the halftime speeches.
I mean, we had the 3-4 chances to score, and we missed in the second half, right?
Yeah,
they took over.
I saw
did in Genoa.
When Osimhen came in for Napoli, he changed the game for them. They played differently when Osimhen came in, taking Mertens out and giving them something different up top. So yeah, he's right. Napoli had a better second half than Juventus. They haven't given a full 90 minutes, but still, that I'll take that 45 minutes over the that I've seen the rest of the season. It was decent. It was a little enjoyable to watch.
Do you buy the players are playing for Pirlo, or were they just playing for themselves? No, because let's be fair. We questioned whether or not they were going to show up, right? Gattuso's players versus Pirlo's players. We said they don't. Pirlo doesn't inspire. So why did they play good?
Frank, they know all the players. All they know they are in doubt.
Yep, that's it right there.
So that was my question. They're playing for themselves. I
agree. They play for themselves now.
Because
they must have told her, this is a risk. Nobody stay here.
A perfect example. You hear the rumors now. Morata is not going to get kept. They're going to send him back. You see the difference he's playing now. He's running more. He's trying to get more involved. He hears this crap that they're saying, "Oh, you're going back to Atletico." And he doesn't want to go back to Atletico. So he's starting to play like he did in the beginning of the season. They hear their names and then they start trying.
Well, but the way they talk, they already say who has to go and who has to stay. So what do you think? People don't read?
Of course they do.
They know.
Especially this team, please. They're all
first of all, if it takes you reading your name in the newspaper to start trying harder, then that's a problem, right? Like, I want to give Morata more credit than that. I want to say he was a little injured, a little out of form, and he's coming back into form. Not that I should start scared.
I noticed something between from the 2 games. With Genoa, Chesney, it looked like he started to talk. Maybe after this case, Buffon talk.
Maybe they finally got to him and said, "Listen, can you start doing something? Can you start acting like a number 1 goalie?" Who knows?
No, come on. This stuff is not you. He's been on the team for 3 years. You think in week 31 they started to tell him start talking? Come on.
Now with the no fan, You hear what everything where they're under the
Your
field.
shit.
or lack
You,
of.
you
Yeah.
heard the Buffon, now you heard the chest.
I
But I've
will
been
tell
saying
you.
that
You
we've
heard
been
the
saying that.
chest.
So I will tell you, we've been ragging on Pirlo all year to say something on the sideline. I actually heard him these last two games. I don't know if the mic was closer to him. He was telling people, "Don't foul, hold him there, don't foul." Like I actually heard him on the mics, which was I never hear. So I don't know. Maybe something got up his ass too because he
The
never
bar
says
is
anything.
being set so low. We heard.
I'm just
our coach
saying
talk.
he's literally. I don't even know what his voice sounds like. That's how
Yeah.
little he's talked.
Yeah,
you know?
but that's like, I don't know. Gattuso's having a stroke on the sideline. Like, come on.
You don't have to have a stroke though, but at least coach do something. And I actually heard him doing something, so I'll give him that.
Listen, and this could have just as well been typical Napoli, right? Because don't forget, at the beginning of the year, I was talking junk on those teams because they're not consistent when it comes to the games. And we talk about the DNA of Juventus that knows how to win versus Napoli, right? And as much as we attack Juventus this year for not being up to where we need them to be, like, could it have just been Napoli doing the typical, like, in a big game they lost, they didn't show up?
Wait.
I think Napoli played terrible.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
They didn't play good.
About Napoli, I tell you a story about Napoli. Napoli, he had some problem like Juventus. That's injured.
They had tons of injuries.
Plus, Napoli, Gattuso to play with the president that told him to go, he's last year. And the players still play good for him.
Yeah, okay.
In that situation, it's a difficult team that play good.
I give Napoli credit. I thought they had a great game.
Let me tell you, when the player know the coach next year not going to be him,
Makes a difference.
oh, maybe they the people they play against him. Some people they play against him.
Yeah, but we don't doubt that the players we've been saying that Gattuso's players like him. That's not the point, right? Like, we know that his players like him. We don't think he lost the team.
Yeah, but playing the situation that the player know already, Gattuso not going to be their coach next year.
Yeah, but those players might still be there. They want to play in the Champions League.
Yeah, but some people,
But
there's some player they might think to go away.
Yeah, and the fact that they're still giving their all for him, knowing that he's not going to be there, I think it says a lot about their team. And like he said, they've gone through hell, Napoli, with injuries and everything like that. Like, for them to be so close to Champions League, I give them a lot of credit. I think they had a really good season.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to switch over quickly to the Genoa Juventus game since they had two this week? So they're officially caught up on games, right? With everyone
37
else.
points behind Inter.
And they're 37 points behind Inter. My team, Inter. So this one was 3-1. Again, what I saw here was more running than I saw the entire rest of the season, especially that first half. That first half, midfielders making runs forward. Like, when the hell do you see that ever? Like, one-touch passes back and forth. That first half was a nice display. It was a fun game to watch.
Pirlo, this time made the change before the 70.
No, 68, 65. Look at that.
Yeah, but I do want to say he still has a misconception of what McKennie's position is.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Every time he comes in for Kovalevsky on the wing.
Let me ask you something about one over our future player. Rovella, right?
He played terrible.
He was awful.
No, I don't think so.
He played terrible.
People say at the paper he played terrible. No, I don't think he played terrible.
Defensively, he's lost.
Listen,
nice plays with the ball.
When what's his name? Quadrado did the play on him, he could have hold him with a
Quadrado ate him alive.
Penalty or someone out.
If you remember the first game against Genoa, he did cause a penalty in the box. He fouled someone because he got beat badly again. So his defense is definitely a concern. Quadrado beat him on that play. Quadrado also stole the ball, totally anticipated him on the wing, and made an opportunity for Juventus really quickly deep in their own ends. Defensively, I thought he played pretty bad. And offensively, yeah, he moved the ball around, but it wasn't like anything crazy.
Yeah, but think about one thing. When you think Rovella and you look at how he play, you have to think where he run, how he run, and the pass he does. He never misses one pass, that guy.
No, he passes the ball well. He moves the ball well. I think realistically, from what I've seen, he's got potential. I don't know if he's ready to come join Juventus because I think if he does,
I don't think like that because a player like that, when he play with Juventus, a team like Juventus, he play better.
no, but you're missing the
Because
point.
he has
A player like Ravella comes to Juventus next year, he's not going to play.
He's not going to play because the coach is stupid or something.
That's my point. So,
but also,
if he play, he's going to be playing better than when he played.
I hope so.
Because
Also,
the team is better.
About his
he's
deal,
not going to play.
About his deal, I think it's an 18-month loan, by the way. I think they could call him back early, but I think he can technically still be with Genoa next year. Like that's where I see him next year.
I think they're going to leave him there for another year.
Yeah.
If you tell me would I rather have Ramsey or him? Sure, I'd rather have him. He's 18, but I don't want him to come if he's going to play 3 hours the entire season. What's the point? It's going to get worse.
Frank, the midfield is going to be new next year.
And you think Ravella is going to get a starting spot?
Yeah, Ramos, they say even Liverpool wants him.
Goodbye.
Juventus wants 50 million, and now Liverpool, they want to drop it to 10.
Go back to Rebound.
That sounds about right.
Rabiot is going to play another English team.
Good.
It's 2 out.
These are two different
Arthur
conversations.
is going to stay there.
These are two different conversations. Should the midfield be remade? Yes.
So,
do I think Ravella is ready to play every game and be a starter? No.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, you talk about to redo a team, a player.
So what are you envisioning as the fifth, sixth?
What's the best way to do a team with young people?
Again, if you have Ronaldo, you're not going to have a midfield with people like Ravella.
Ronaldo's out. I bet today Ronaldo's going to be out.
I hope he is out. But
you heard it here first.
So, because at the end, they know about soccer.
Well, they haven't proved that with a lot of the moves they made in the last 3 years.
They know about at the end, all the people that have to go away. And Ronaldo, if you don't give a good player to play with him, what do you keep him for?
Look, the fact of the matter is, if Ravella comes to Juventus, if you're talking about can he be a group of 5 or 6 midfielders to play his couple games, yeah. But haven't seen enough to be like he's going to start and play every game. One more year instead of would be better.
He's not going to start every game for Juventus.
1 or 2 more years to grow, I think will help him if he's playing every day.
Tom, go back to the screen.
Oh, you're going to start next year, Frank?
None of the people we have, hopefully.
So who's going to start?
None of McKenny and Keza we can keep. That's it.
I think the fielders I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, midfield has to redo it.
So
Locatelli, I'll take Locatelli.
See, I take.
Go
They don't have money.
Well, that's why they're going to sell people.
Go to the game. I want to see the stats and stuff because the one thing Frankie just mentioned, Chiesa again. They score a goal because of his hustle and his play. He didn't get the assist on that one goal, but he did set up the entire thing for Morata to get that. It was Morata to get the tap in, right, of the Ronaldo post.
Yes.
I think Don fell asleep. I don't know what the hell happened, but we need a new producer. If anyone wants.
Don fell asleep. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I asked him to switch the screen like 35 times.
But also, we
saying we should let Ronaldo help the rebuild.
No, I don't. He doesn't want to be rebuilding Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think.
I don't think he has the patience to rebuild.
We say that every week about Chiesa. I don't know. I feel like we just.
Did you see the last game with Genoa? He got a real upset. He said he threw the shirt to the
ball boy.
Yeah. So there's
some people say no, but that doesn't matter. But the one thing is unhappy. He's like
but there's two different stories there. Well, first there's the one story with Portugal when he threw the captain's armband, so people go back to that. But also this one, some people were saying he's upset he didn't score goals, so he threw his jersey on the floor. Other people saying the ball boy asked for his jersey, so he was throwing the jersey at him. So I believe that.
Listen,
I don't know why.
The one thing I'll give Ronaldo, right? The guy freaking cares, right? We said that early on. He's a champion, and he continues to work and keep himself in shape, and he wants to score. The guy cares. He wants to perform. He's just, what you're going to get. It's a very singular type of play. Give me the ball, I'm going to score, right? That's what he does. He's not going to make.
But Frank, we know that.
Yeah, no
We also want that he's happy when the team win.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's happy or
It
not. I
don't
don't
look
talk
like
to the
he's
guy.
happy when he don't score.
It doesn't look
Well,
like
no, he's not happy when he doesn't score.
Come on.
But again,
But you know what?
that's
But
people
an
making a
intensity,
story.
too.
That's people making a story. There were several people who said the other part of the story, which was the ball boy asked for the jersey, so he gave it to him. So
Right.
I think that might just be people just making a story to make a story. I believe him that he wanted to give the jersey to the ball boy. Like, yes,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him to be happy when the team win.
I agree with that too. But if you know Ronaldo, he wants to score, so he's upset.
Well,
He didn't score. I don't mind that.
So where do we
Listen.
go for Ronaldo? Where do we go for Ronaldo record or for Juventus team?
No, I get that, but don't forget, most great champions. The thing that set them aside is they have this crazy, unwavering desire to continuously get better and just be the best, right?
Oh.
Michael Jordan, all these people.
Michael Jordan, all these people. I saw a lot of people. Juventus had a lot of beautiful players.
Yeah.
Platini, Biagio, Del Piero, they never act like that. They never act like that.
I'm not saying it's fun to watch, but that's just how he's wired. Some people are wired like that.
Some people you just to say once you say our player they think to pass the ball to Ronaldo.
Yeah.
They are conditioned to play he gets upset when the ball not gets to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. People give Morata a hard time, but Morata is like the perfect player for Ronaldo because he's like the least selfish forward that you're going to get that can actually score goals. Like Morata will look to pass, like probably when he shouldn't at times, right? He'll pass. So, and he'll run off the ball. So but
Ronaldo is also not a good match for Morata because if Morata misses his shot, Ronaldo's going to look and he's down for the next 2 months.
True,
so,
but Daddy said there was a rumor that they're not going to pick up Morata, and the thought is, spend that money on a Cardi, right? Icardi and Ronaldo will be a horrible combination.
Icardi, when they get a card, they get rid of Ronaldo.
Yeah, I don't think they're both going to be.
I don't think they can play together either.
I don't think they can play together at all.
Because they know Icardi is going to score, so it's 20, 25 goals.
Plus, we get Wanda.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But if you kept Ronaldo, you need specific types of people.
Ronaldo is out.
Listen, I hope he's out too.
He broke the story, folks.
But I think Ronaldo is going to dictate what he wants to do. I think Ronaldo's going to dictate what he wants to do. If he tells Juventus I want to stay, I think they're going to keep him because they're stupid. They're not going to say no, your time is done. We're going to sell you.
He's going to tell them what he wants to do.
So. I don't know.
Anyway, either side.
Well, that's the thing.
Either side. Anyhow, either side. And not to have a good team, he decide to go.
I believe that. But I thought what we were debating was does Juventus...
He's to say, I want a Marcelo, I want a Joseph Felix. So
maybe we can sell him to Inter. People? Maybe we can sell him for Inter, give him to Inter for Barella and Bastoni.
Yeah.
Conte would do that. Conte would do that.
Bastoni's birthday today, by the way.
How do you guys feel about Scamacca?
Well,
I kind of like the way he plays.
Take Ronaldo to Inter.
I said Conte would take him.
No, how he fit with Martin, Lautaro?
He doesn't. This stupid conversation.
He doesn't, but I'm just saying Conte always wants names. So I'll be like, give me somebody, and you can have
even you see that even you Inter, Lautaro, Lukaku, they score, right? But you see other people who score too. The goal they did the Sunday, it was Hakim Darmian.
Yeah, Darmian, Hakimi crossed to the Darmian.
Yeah, so they smile too. Lukaku and Lautaro.
Well, they're in first place and they're playing well. Juventus have been playing like crap.
Scamacca, he cute.
Scamacca's good, man.
Scamacca's good. I like the way Scamacca plays.
I've been saying that since last season.
Listen, am I saying he's a champion? No, but could he be a decent forward?
How old is he?
There was also years where Juventus used to have one or two good forwards and then young people on the bench, or when they brought Ravanelli.
Hey,
right?
they tried to get Kane back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, smart. Let's sell him and then pay more to get him back. That's exactly what Juventus
That's
does.
what they do.
They're so
There it is.
stupid. And this is the guy Paratici, as I'm saying. I don't have confidence in him saying, okay, Ronaldo, we get you want to stay, but we're moving on because it's best for the team. They're going to do whatever he wants to do because they don't have any long-term plan.
And that's why then Paradic, Nedved, they said Ronaldo's going to stay with us. The ball we think about.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Come on.
There you go. Listen, I'm already telling you, they're going to sell Dybala.
And they make a mistake.
I agree, but I'm just telling you what's going to happen. They're going to sell Dybala.
To Ronaldo out.
They're going to sell Dybala. They're going to sell McKinney.
Okay. Well, we can talk about the transfers in 2 months. It'll start that time, or something else happens because we're having the same conversations over and over again about these two.
They're still fun.
I know, but I can't. He's screaming in my ear a lot, and it hurts. Dom, can you switch over to a different? You guys have anything else to say? I would say that Szczesny did make a couple saves, which was nice to see. Piazza on Genoa, who's Juventus property, missed a terrible shot, but Szczesny also made a save on one of his other shots.
Did they ever build Mike Piazza his stadium?
Stupid. Other than that, Perrine made a couple saves.
Listen, Perrine played good.
Yeah, he played
he's always
decent. And Kulusevski finally got a goal. He hasn't scored in forever, so it was nice to see.
I did think this was a potential trap game after the Napoli game, right?
Because I didn't expect that they would lose.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to win Napoli.
Sunday we're Atalanta.
What?
Yeah, he's saying Sunday they have Atalanta.
McKinney,
Yeah, they'll lose that one.
No.
So Dom, let's switch over to the Atalanta game. We'll talk about them since they play Juventus next.
What's there to say? But Zapata's awesome.
Is that your hardcore analysis right there?
I mean,
Zapata is awesome.
No, the best was after the game, Gasparini saying, I don't even have to be there, and these guys know what they're doing. That's what you want from a coach. Literally.
He said it's on autopilot, that team. They don't need me.
They literally do
That's
not.
why he gets red carded all the time. They don't need him. He can do whatever he wants.
Everyone knows their
Listen,
role.
this was with Gosens not even playing good, right?
Yeah.
Like as far as Gosens plays, this wasn't top Gosens. So yeah, I mean that team is good. Apostolic, I thought, played a really good game too.
Yeah, the scary part is letting in 2 goals to Fiorentina, and I know Kwame made an awesome play on the second goal to Vlahovic,
that was beautiful.
Beating the defender. It's totally unselfish passing it to him. He could have shot himself, but giving up 2 leads and then getting a lucky penalty shot to have Illich to score on a handball.
By the way, Romero's was not a card. It wasn't a yellow card.
Yes.
He got the ball.
That was one of the stupid plays that Romero does, and that you have
How
to
was
live
it a
with.
stupid play?
Because it was
He
overly
stopped the
aggressive.
potential breakaway by getting the ball.
He went on the ball. It
It was
wasn't a stupid
overly
play.
aggressive. Though. It was a late
No,
shot.
No, it wasn't, because you know what that is? You know the opposite version of what that looks like? If you have Bonucci instead of Romero, he backs up, lets the forward get the ball, and then he runs at him and then shoots and scores in the 18 because he's backing up.
Listen, all I know is he's not playing versus Juventus this weekend now. So
Yeah, and that's
I know.
bad news.
It's bad for
Bad news for Atalanta.
I don't think it was a good yellow card, though. I mean, the guy, a clean tackle from the front. Yes, his studs were showing a bit, but he got the ball.
it's a different game.
Listen, that's how the game's called right now.
But it's stupid. What are you supposed to do as a defender? Let him get to it?
Romero gets suspended 2-3 times a year just from the sheer number of yellow cards he gets.
Atalanta, he didn't play too well, though. The second half,
they fell asleep in the second
Fiorentina
half.
was doing good.
Yeah, Fiorentina played better.
Fiorentina, as the midfield, they're not good right now. Kashari, Lamarat, they don't do a great game.
On Zapata's first goal, I mean, who's coaching this team? Why is Bonaventura covering Zapata on a corner kick?
I'm thinking the same thing.
Like, what the hell are you doing? Who's coaching?
I was like, you know who their best jumpers are. Like, why don't you at least say, hey, look, on any set piece, put your best headers, your best guys against Zapata.
Why is
Romero,
Milinkovic not covering him? Like, why would you have someone 6 inches shorter and can't jump against him?
About the goal, even if the goal is Scamacca scored, it was a foul on the lead, or nobody could mark him.
Who cares?
Well, I mean,
What do you
that
mean, okay? You talk about why don't you put somebody at Zapata? Okay.
No, I don't think that was a foul, to be honest with you.
I saw the lit on the floor, on the ground.
Yeah, it was he got a slight arm in the back, but
So
he went
nobody
down
could
really
jump
easy.
with it.
Well, I think the
Somebody-
lit fell. I think the lit fell, and he gave him the free header.
It
I mean, he
was a
tried to
weak.
get-
It was a weak push off. I don't think it was.
Yeah,
one that,
I don't think it was a foul.
I don't think that was a foul.
I don't think it was.
So the lit, who's supposed to mark him?
But at least,
lit.
but here's the
The lit.
thing: at least Juventus had the lit marking him.
The lit had the right person. At least marking it, yeah.
Fiorentina had Bonaventura marking Zapata. Like, who the
Zapata.
hell
That's what
is-
we're
who's
saying. At least the lit
doing
was
that?
supposed to be marking, and he fell down. But like over here, Bonaventura was marking Zapata on a corner kick. Like, what are you doing?
It just makes no sense. It's stupid. It's terrible coaching. Like, I'm
That's
sorry,
the
I'm not a
easiest way
coach. Yeah, I'm not a coach, and I can tell you why the hell is this guy marking him? Linkovich on him.
Well, that's what I'm
It's-
saying. Like, that's the easiest thing to make sure you don't mess up, right? Like, okay, their best guys in the air are this. These are our two best guys on corners. Make sure you mark up. Like, how hard is that? That's like 10 minutes of coaching.
It's stupid. It's really that shit frustrates me because like you're killing yourself. Like you're not a good team to begin with, and then you let that happen. You deserve to lose.
It's one thing if the guy lost his marker, but that was a straight one-on-one. You had Bonaventura on him. And
It was
like
no one
close.
crossed in front of him. He didn't lose the guy. He was there the whole time.
He was just standing in place, and he just jumped.
Yeah,
It wasn't even. Yeah, that was
terrible.
bad.
Yeah, but I mean, Atalanta got the win. Atalanta won this week, but they still moved one spot down because Juventus
I thought
got 6
Caceres
points.
played pretty good. I thought he
I
played a
love-
little vintage Caceres.
I always think he plays good. I really like him. He could still play.
This
he can
game
still
was
play. I mean, he can't play every game that good, but I thought he played a decent game, especially the second half.
didn't play that well, but this game was only close because of Dragowski. You guys realize that, right? Like
Yeah.
how
Oh,
good
yeah.
Listen, at this point, are we comfortable saying Dragowski's better than Chesney? I'm pretty sure
If-
that I'm
if-
there. I
If
think
I'm
he's better.
if I'm Poland, I'm starting Dragowski over
100%.
Chesney every game.
They won't because Chesney plays on Juventus.
exactly.
But yeah, if it was straight goalie for goalie, I agree with you. I mean,
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
good publicity for the league, right? On first game on ABC, it was a good game to watch.
And exactly. It was an entertaining game. It wasn't like a 0-0 draw. It was back and forth. There was a comeback. They got to display Vlahovic, who's 20 years, like barely 20 years old. He's got so many goals already in the season. He's good. You got all of the Atalanta's players there to showcase them as well. I think it was a really good game for, we made fun of it last week because we said, oh, why is Fiorentina on ABC? But, you can see why they did it. Fiorentina has a big American fan base, and Atalanta's the best team to watch. So I can see why they picked that one.
Yeah.
no, and they played. Fiorentina played a good effort to try to come back in that game at least, right? Which was decent.
And I told Chris during that game, I really feel bad for Camiso. Just everything that he's tried to do, the money he spent, and to deal with COVID and deal with all this crap, like he just bought at like the worst time possible. I feel bad for him because he wants to win. He wants to have a good product, and they're just not.
I'm trying to remember the penalty too. Was that?
It was a handball.
Was that the handball that was really crap? It wasn't even the ball played the hand.
No, I mean
No,
he kicked
that's a different one you're talking about.
Which one am I thinking about? That I was like,
I can't.
it was
remember.
a penalty by the rule, but again, another stupid rule.
I don't know. It was a bad one. I agreed with you, but I couldn't remember. Tom, go to the
Kim is in charge right now.
Oh, Kim, can you go to the Milan game? I don't know if you see it there.
Which Milan?
Oh, I only made. I'm not talking about Inter. They won again. They won the championship. I could care less. There you go. She got it. Better producer than our regular producer. You see that? Oh man, he's back. Never mind. 3-1 Parma. Milan over Parma. From this, I saw highlights of this game. I didn't watch the whole game. I did see Ibra. It just looked like he didn't do anything, but he said something obviously to the ref and got red carded.
So I read afterwards that the ref actually apologized and said he misheard him or some BS. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think he's only going to get suspended for one game and not like a multiple game because I don't think it was a bad one. Like even Ibra was like, "What the hell? Like a red card? What did I do?" Like it was just a weird situation.
Well, he say go home if you don't like to.
Yeah, which a big deal. Like you're going to red card him for that? He
Yeah,
said
but hey, you say once, twice, or 3 times. Say, oh,
Yeah, so from what I take from that, Ibra was talking to him throughout the game, complaining about stuff, and then he finally got fed up and said, "Listen, if you're not going to listen to me, go home." That's something to get red carded for. You give me a yellow card at most, not a red card, throw him out of the game.
Yeah, that was a little harsh.
I think that's a harsh red card. You know, I've said much worse to referees and only gotten yellow cards. So, anyways, they keep.
Since you can't tackle or play defense anymore, you should just be allowed to curse out the ref as much as you want. There should be a trade-off.
Let's go Inter, bro.
Let's go into it. Pond
Let's
really
go
wants
in
to have this Inter time.
We should throw an Inter wins Scudetto party when they win.
Totally, yeah, I'm all down for that. We'll let Pond host that week. This game, like I said, I didn't really watch all that much. I saw highlights.
Hey,
I don't know if you guys saw.
about Atalanta Juventus. Pirlo is going to have a problem Sunday.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the schedule in a second. Hold on.
No,
Let's just go.
all right.
Let's go through this. What did anyone see this game?
I saw highlights.
I did not.
Highlights? Anything stand out to you?
No. Parma sucks.
No. Yeah.
No, he said.
But yeah, they have some injuries. They've had a rough season. That's not.
The funny thing is Parma does have some young, decent players. Like I like the direction they're heading in. It's just they're running out of time. They're going to be relegated, and it's
they're another team with a new American owner who spent tons of money when he bought them, and they do have good young players.
And did you see I believe it was Parma. They had a video for the new stadium, and it looks friggin' amazing. Everything that they're doing, it looks so cool. And they for sure have a direction and a plan, which is going to be cool to see. I just hope if they go down, they don't stay long down there. You know, they need to be part of the first division. They're a historic team. But
remember, Parmalat, big team.
Yeah, they were huge. I remember we saw them in the Meadowlands. We saw them in New York.
Like the Parmalat Cup, remember that?
They were a big draw, yeah.
So Parmalat Cup, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you want to see them staying up. So if they are down, that they don't stay down for long. But 3 points, whatever. They stay in second. For now, it's not going to stay that way. I don't think
it's not going to stay that way.
Tom, throw up the scores for the rest of the games because I didn't make any other cards. The games of this week were boring, to be honest. There were no upsets really.
Yep.
The best game, and Chris will talk about it. Spezia versus Crotone was probably the best game of the week. If any, I watched that game.
It was nuts, right? Like Crotone's up, then they're late goals. They were pissed, but it was a very entertaining game.
Yeah. Okay. So Spezia was 2-1 very, very late. Spezia tied up, and then 3 minutes later they score an extra time and they take the lead. It was just an entertaining game from two of the lower sided teams. Torino Udinese 1-0. I forgot what happened. I watched this too, and I forgot what. This was a penalty shot. This was below. I think this is the penalty shot you were talking about, Frank, with that handball.
Producer, you have some problem with the stream.
With that handball that you were talking about, Frank, because it was a penalty shot goal. I think it was that one. I can't remember.
I watched this game and I don't remember
because Torino's boring. So, Inter versus Cagliari 1-0. Nothing special from Inter. They got the 3 points though, just like they always do. I think that's 11 wins in a row for them.
Yeah, they've been running them off for sure.
Yeah. Cagliari did not have Cragno. They had a goalie, Vicario. He made some saves. He
was the best in the field. Yeah.
His first ever minutes in the league. So that was
how'd you guys feel about after the goal and Conte running over, celebrating? Everyone.
I know. Come on.
Oh, did you see the kiss he gave it to Hakim? He looked like he wants to make a load.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're overly passionate. I mean, they're excited. I can't believe them. They're gonna win. They haven't won forever. So, but come on, you just act like you won the World Cup. You beat Cagliari 1-0.
Well, because he knows, right? I mean, these games. Even though you beat Cagliari 1-0, like one slip up of a tie. Right?
Not true. No, Frank, no. They need 4 slip-ups. There's so many points up.
I'm saying in the past 3 weeks, if they would have dropped a couple of points, then in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it would have been it would have already been different that they were just not knocking off wins and that the points were getting it makes a difference psychologically. So I think he realizes that, and he does. I mean, I think it's way gone too. Don't get me wrong. There's no chance, but 2 stupid games and all of a sudden it's 6 points and you're gonna watch Inter poop their pants, right? So you don't want to see that.
I pray for that, man. I don't even care if it's Juventus. I want somebody to push in the last segment of the season. So hopefully we get some drama because I don't think we're gonna.
We don't really follow the EPL pond. So what's going on, Man City? Are they blowing it? They are.
Oh yeah. Well, so I guess they had a big lead and they're getting caught now. Let's cross our fingers on that Inter gets caught. Dom,
and listen, what was the season where Juventus lost it? Weren't they up? The season that they lost or they won, where they were up by 12 points with X amount of weeks left, and they ended up losing.
I don't remember.
It's probably
it was a long time ago.
What's the Juventus? May 5th.
May 5th?
The Lazio.
Yeah, when
Lazio's beat.
What year was that? It
wasn't that long ago.
It was a long time ago.
Hey, 15 years. But it can happen, is my point. And Conte doesn't want to make it.
No, Conte doesn't lose.
Listen, there's
I don't think
that would go.
Losing.
It would go down as one of the biggest failures ever if that happened.
Listen, it's not really what it is either, right? If he got within 6 points with, let's say, 5 games left, they have a head-to-head with Juventus, right? So really, you're 3 points. So, you just don't even want to make it a question. You want to win with, 5 weeks left.
Yeah.
Oh, comfortable, yeah.
But they don't lose all those points.
No, I don't think they're going to either.
Lazio versus Hellas Verona. This game was tied 0-0. Lazio, Milinkovic-Savic scored in the 92nd minute to burn our producer's wife on a bet where she could have won $160, and she cashed out a minute before. So Kim could have won some money, and then she screwed herself. But so a big win for them because they keep pace. And then we have over here Rome-Bologna. This game was not that good.
The Bologna didn't deserve to lose.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
they played good.
So that's the thing. Mairo scored a nice goal. Reynolds had his first start for Roma, the American. I thought he played terrible. He looked scared, unsure of himself defensively. He looked lost.
Bad passes.
Which is his first ever start, so I'll give him to whatever. But positioning was awful. Corner kicks.
Yeah, but even Milan, if you remember the first game for Atalanta this year, he looked horrible.
Yeah,
and he's played way better since. He's played way better. Since.
I'm giving him. Listen, I'm just saying he didn't play good. It's his first game. I'm not expecting the world.
But they got him and Calafiori. They have some good young.
Calafiori can buy as well. Calafiori.
I love him. I think he's awesome.
He's right though. Bologna had a lot of chances, and this is what Mihailovic always complains about, that they never finish. But they could have had 3-4 goals if they can hit the net and do some finishing. So yeah, I thought Roma wasn't a great game though, but Roma got lucky to get 3 points.
Listen, if Bologna had a Muriel on their team, they'd probably be in the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, the striker, it matters. It matters having a striker who knows what they're doing and can finish. Tom, what about the rest of the games on the list? I didn't see. Benevento, Sassuolo. Chris fell asleep. I know to not call Chris at between 2 and 4 because he's sleeping usually, and this game put him to sleep. This was a pretty.
Let he ever come back?
Ever? Yeah. We talked about this last week. We don't want him coming back.
We don't want it.
But I could see him coming back.
No, please no.
No,
I think that would be another notch in the belt to prove that the people in charge of Juventus have no vision,
Clueless,
right? And just make moves based on reaction in the moment. Because
I think Nedved, the Paratici lost.
I hope so.
They lost.
Listen, as long as they can steal half the people from Atalanta, maybe their team will get better.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to the Sassuolo game. Boga made a run on some terrible defense from Benevento. They just let him do whatever the hell he wanted. He crossed in the middle. It was an own goal. Benevento did have some shots. Concili played.
Did you see? Casilli played good, but did you see?
He played good. He made some chances.
Did you see Raspadori?
Yeah, Raspadori had a breakaway and missed it.
Yeah, but just
I was late for that part.
What is it? Up the second half, right?
Yeah.
I saw the first half. He didn't do nothing in the first half.
No, but second half he had a clear chance breakaway and he just didn't hit the net.
He still plays well. He lays the ball off nicely. He's a good player. But they got 3 points, which is good for them because they haven't been playing well. And Benevento, crappy defense against.
Benevento now he has to be careful.
Yeah. So Dom, throw up the standings.
Yeah, they're a chance to get relegated here.
They put themselves in a tough spot with their recent play. Not much movement on the left side.
But it still has 8 points on Cagliari.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. They haven't proved anything either. And it'll be a shame if Cagliari goes down too. They have a good history and they have a good team. They shouldn't be going down. So that'll be disappointing if they do get relegated. But it's looking more and more likely. Like they haven't picked up points in forever.
Torino has still one game to make up.
Yeah, against
if they win,
Lazio.
they get to 30.2.
Look at how's Fiorentina doing, man?
Yo, shut your face. Shut your mouth, man. Again, I feel bad for Camisa. All right.
Listen, at this point, it's just they've been Serie A to fight another year.
Who's gone? What are you talking about?
The president of Fiorentina, Commisso, the Italian guy, the Calabrese.
Yeah, he's American owner, but he's
Italian.
Italian.
He has a good attitude.
Yeah, for sure. He wants to build a stadium. He wants to build a stadium that they won't let him. He wants to spend money. He wants to do all this. They won't let him do it.
You know who disappointing Fiorentina? The guy that came from Napoli. What's his name?
From Napoli.
The right wing.
Callejon. He doesn't play.
He was very disappointed for Fiorentina.
He doesn't play.
Producer Dom, I was not high on Fiorentina like Dan. Right?
That was me. I was the one who said they were my dark horse top 4. That's looking really good.
Oof.
I was high on Sassuolo, and they're
when you see their players, Dragowski in net, who's one of the best goalies in the league. I saw that they bought Amrabat. Kwame is one of my favorite players. Valvovic is a good young player. They signed Bonaventura. They have Ribery. They have Milinkovic. They have players. They're just terribly coached.
Yeah, they have Amarat. Verona play good.
Yeah, and he's played terrible this season.
He stunk this year, yeah.
So, I mean, they
he doesn't play well.
Yeah, Castrovilli's been awful this year. I mean, he's been very inconsistent. So, I went on a limb, obviously top 4, but the potential is there. They had Iachini, and then they had Prandelli, and now they have Iachini. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Because they you see, when Prandelli came, Iachini still was on the payroll.
Yeah, they always do that in
They
Italy.
brought him back.
They do that a lot in Italy. It's like, I'll pay you anyway, come back.
They're notorious for that. So there wasn't a lot of movement. Juventus jumping Atalanta and bottom 3 didn't even change, really.
I still think it's going to be Inter, Juventus, Atalanta, Napoli. I think Milan's going to drop out of here.
Yeah, I said that last week too, and I think it's going to be between Napoli and Milan for the last 4th spot.
Was.
Don't count out Juventus for that last spot.
Yeah.
Or in 5th. Lazio, I think Lazio and Roma have pretty much sealed their fates.
Lazio has one game to make up.
Yeah.
So if they win, it's 58.
Yeah, they're in it.
Yeah. It's really close. Dom, do you guys want to do players of the week?
Sure.
Really quickly?
Sure.
Well, you guys always pick the same players over and over again.
Anyone on Atalanta. Yeah, pick them.
Yeah, it's like Chris picks an Atalanta player, Frank picks a Juventus player, or whoever plays against Juventus. That's how it goes. Frank, do you say anything about Zapata?
Listen, I'm on I think this is like the 13th week in a row I picked Geza, it feels like. I kind of comboed it between the Napoli game and Genoa, right? But I mean, he created a goal, he scored a goal. He's consistent. He runs more than anyone else. He wants to win. And if I want to see the next generation of Juventus dress up, I want it to be 11 people like Chiesa. So, I picked him.
Totally agree. Chris, what about you?
I mean, Zapata, we talked about it. I mean, he scored 2 goals. He didn't have his best games. He missed a few goals as well.
But Zapata's good, though.
He does so much for that team that it's just
He played very good. Yeah, it's not just the goals.
So good.
He controlled the ball.
His hold up play. Like Frankie said last week, he's the poor man's Lukaku, but he's not bad. Like that's not an insult. Like Lukaku's
it's not
great,
an insult,
but
a compliment.
it's a compliment that he's just like that.
In fact, if Zapata was on Inter and Lukaku was on Atalanta, are we so sure that Zapata wouldn't done the same exact thing Lukaku's done? I don't know. I don't think there's that much.
I mean, he would be close to it. I don't think
he would be close
to this game. And then I picked the goalie that I talked about from Cagliari. I know they lost, but his first game ever, he made some quality saves.
Yeah, but they lost. You cannot put him back.
I don't care. I'm sick of picking the same players. They pick the same people every week. I got to pick somebody else. But I really should have picked. I really should have picked Ruiz for Napoli. I thought he played great this week in their game. He his passing, he had a lot of shots. He's the midfielder that Juventus needs. They need Ruiz from Napoli, and that'll change your midfield. I like Zelensky too. I like obviously, but Ruiz is the one that Juventus needs, a player like that who can pass the ball and be offensive and creative. So he really should have been my pick, but I wanted to pick this kid.
You mentioned all this midfielder, right? Where you put Juventus midfielder
in front of
Ruiz? I don't care where you put him. He's starting if you have him on your team. So
I think Juventus has one of the worst, probably the worst midfield out of all the top 8 teams.
Yep.
In Europe, I mean,
Inter's better. No, I'm just talking Italy. Inter's is better. Milan's is better. Napoli's is better. Atalanta's better. Right?
Keep going.
Verona's better.
Lazio's better. Yeah.
You said Milan?
I said Milan already. I really think they have the worst midfield.
I would take Bologna's midfield over Juventus. Skov, Olsen, Shoutin. I would take those guys over the players on Juventus right now. That's how bad their team is.
Yeah, but when you give all this consideration, right? There is one just explanation. It's the coach that don't make them play good. That's it. Because it's the coach it's the coach too, the position, the people in the spot where they can perform well. You don't talk about one individual. You talk about a lot of individuals. So when a lot of individuals, you don't put them well.
The problem is none of the Juventus midfielders know their roles. They're terrible. The coach is a moron.
And you see, McKenna, where he put him forward. Yeah, he scored. He did the 5 goal. But he's a midfielder guy. He's not forward.
So Pond asked in the chat, who are the top 3 Mazzalas in the world?
That's so hard to do off the top of my head. I don't know. Pons, you got any suggestions? Who's someone in your top 3? Dom, throw up the schedule while we're talking about that, or he's typing. I really don't know off the top of my head. To be honest, and you guys know this, I don't watch more than really Italian football. Like I watch so much of that I can't really go jump into other leagues.
It's like a full-time job to watch.
Because it is like a full-time job, to be honest. Like it's. I know we talk about Juventus, but I watch any game I can watch in the league. So it's tough to say that. And I would not agree with Pogba in mine. So I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Just some background here.
I wouldn't.
Is a Man U fan. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I know. Pon does like Man U. Pogba.
Listen, his pick of Pogba would not be out of left field. There'd be plenty of people that would pick Pogba.
I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Pogba fan from his time at Juventus.
I think Pogba was the last great deal that Juventus did, selling him for $100 million. After that, signing him for free and selling him for $100 million was the best deal that they got.
Pogba is the same discussion you do about Ronaldo. You pay him a lot of money. He spend a lot of money, and he will not do enough for the team.
Yeah.
Top 3 Italian Mazzalas.
I mean,
Barella would have to be there, right?
Locatelli's got to be one, right?
Barella,
I was going to say.
And I like Matteo Ricci. I think he's fantastic, but I know you guys don't like him. No, I know, maybe, but he's Italian, so that's why I was picking him. I like Ricci on Spezia.
No,
I think he's really good. I think he's good.
I'm trying to think who I put in my third one. I think Verratti is overrated a little bit. I think he hasn't gotten as good as I would have hoped 5 years ago he would have gotten.
I'm sure there's an obvious one we're missing. I just can't think about it. I don't know. I'll get back. I'll keep thinking while we go over the
we'll keep
schedule
thinking.
for the next for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday games, and they are spread out a little bit. Like you can watch 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday. So
I
there's
actually
a lot.
like that when that happens like that.
Yeah, you got the early in the morning, midday, afternoon, and on both days. So,
All right, so who are we picking? We're obviously going to go with.
wait. Let's on
I feel like we need a 90s jingle to go along with that.
All right, so who wants to pick the first game?
I mean, we're obviously going to pick Juventus on Atalanta, right?
Yes.
So since Romero is not there, I'm picking 2-1 Juventus.
Okay. What about you? I don't know if he's Frank. What about you?
I'm on the fence of this one, honestly. Romero not there definitely makes a difference because I think Juventus is going to score a couple of goals on Atalanta. And I don't know if Atalanta is playing well enough right now where I'm confident in them saying, oh, well, they're going to get 2 scored on them. They're going to win 3-2 or 4-2. Atalanta's not playing that good right now. Gosens is a little bit out of form coming back from injury.
Not playing that good? What are you talking about?
But
No,
compared
it's
to
not
what
playing
I
that right.
think at the top of Atalanta. What, you're talking about Gosens or Atalanta?
With their whole team. I don't know. Like,
They're
you
not
think
playing
they're
they're not playing at the top.
No,
of what
he's
they
not
were
playing
last
that well, but that doesn't mean nothing, Frank.
year. It does.
I-
I'm trying to
Juventus,
tell you.
could be, you know.
Okay, so what's your go ahead, keep going with your explanation. Go ahead.
I'm thinking
No,
about it
I
out
think
loud.
we're going to win a 2-1.
I think this game, Frank, while you're thinking, I think this game is where you see Freuler and Darun dominate their crappy midfield, and I think you have 3-2 Atalanta to win.
Well, that's where I was leading between either 3-2 Atalanta or 2-2.
2-1 Juventus. Yeah.
Wait, timeout. Can I change? I think Bonucci's coming back from COVID. I might want to change.
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean
Hey,
he's
that's
starting.
the problem with what Pirlo's going to have. Chiellini or Bonucci.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He is.
Right.
He has recovered though, so he will be on the bench at least.
I'm gonna actually say, see, this is what's gonna happen now. Since they were able to string a game versus Napoli and Genoa together, positive result. I'm gonna say that they know that this is a huge game and that they get a result here. So I'm gonna say 3-2 Juventus.
Yeah.
But watch, they lose 3-0. I bet.
I'm going to say one thing. I just to say Bonucci or Chiellini. For what's his name? For Zapata, we need the Chiellini to start.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Okay, I'm not Chiellini's agent, but I feel like I should be Chiellini's agent. I want you guys mark the words down. He says he's old. Got to get him the hell out of here. He can't play anymore.
No,
Every time
that's it's going to stay now. That's just going to stay. Stop talking about Juventus Atalanta.
I know. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
he's
saying.
talking-
You're saying we have to.
I think we don't need Bonucci.
For
No,
one
we
game,
never
for the
need
type of
Bonucci.
Remember, there is Mural and Zapata.
Right,
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is, I think it's
Bonucci,
really
what are you
funny.
doing there?
What I'm saying to you, I think it's really funny that even though we're like we got to get rid of Chiellini, right? Move on from Chiellini. Anytime there's a big forward or a dangerous team, we want Chiellini to play, which tells you he's still our best defense.
no, it tells you that
we
Bonucci's
don't believe
terrible.
in Bonucci.
Yeah,
Bonucci
Bonucci's
sucks.
terrible.
I'd rather have
Believe in
Pagani than
Bonucci.
Bonucci. Forget
Okay.
Bonucci. He stinks.
So my choices are Chiellini or Demirel, not Bonucci, but Demirel's not going to play. So
We need
that's
someone
what's wrong.
to fight in there, not Bonucci.
Yeah. Dom, go back to the schedule. So we all picked for that game. I'm going to pick, Napoli Inter. If this is a game where anyone wants Inter to lose or any hopes of anyone catching up points, you have to see Napoli home against Inter, right? I unfortunately do not agree with that. So I'm saying 3-1 Inter.
Never.
I want to
Never? Okay.
I want to pick Napoli so bad, but I don't know if they can do it.
They can do, Crystal. But I'm going to put a 2-2.
No, he's influencing your pick.
2-1 Napoli. He did it. He influenced me.
You're so easy, Jesus.
I'm gonna say 2-2.
I would, and honestly, as a Juventus fan, I don't know that I want Napoli to get the points.
I mean,
No, I do. I just want it to be more interesting towards the end. So
Okay, it'll be interesting when Juventus is in 5th place.
hey,
lose
if
out
they
a lot,
don't win it,
and-
they don't deserve to go. right?
Yeah.
If they don't get the top 4, they don't get the top 4.
I would like to go on record for what are we on round 31? I believe I'm the only person who's ever picked Inter to win any game the entire season. So,
No,
and Frank, you don't even start. Frank, you the most you'll do is say they tie 3-3 or something like that. You've never picked them.
I just gave him a point versus Napoli. What do you want?
All right, Frank, pick a game, and then he's got to pick a game too.
Pick a game. All right, what do we got here?
It's not. I mean, those are the 2 games. The rest of the games are kind of bluff.
Yeah, Verona and San.
I mean, there's Sassuolo, Fiorentina. There's Sampdoria, Hellas Verona. I don't know.
Even Bologna Spezia is okay.
Bologna Spezia. I'm going to say Bologna Spezia. I'm going to say 2-2.
Oh, I'm going to say 3-1 Bologna.
I think 2-0 Bologna.
1-1.
Okay. And then, are there any relegation battle games that we can pick? Cagliari Parma. Cagliari Parma, 2 teams in the bottom 3.
That's
I
a
think
good game.
we have to pick that one, right? So, what do you guys think on that?
Cagliari Parma is 1-1.
Do you think they're both going to screw themselves and get a tie?
They screwed
I think they're going to get a tie.
2-1 Cagliari.
Oh, I hope it's not a tie. I'm going to say 1-0 Parma.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I think we covered.
Hey, I forgot today with Rugard, yeah?
I'll say 1-1.
That's true. That's true.
He's right.
You said 1-1 draw. Go ahead, Dom. You want to throw the stats up, or like our scoring stats, real quick?
Yes, I don't want to see this.
Whoa! Look who's catching up.
I can't believe I'm first.
I got the Inter score exactly right this week. Again, going to my saying before that I'm the only one who picks them.
Yeah, but that's the problem with the stream.
The screen's probably frozen. All right. Do you guys have anything else to say? Any final thoughts? Anything?
I think anyone watching should subscribe and next show bring 5 friends.
Wow.
Make some comments. Make fun of us. We don't care. We just want to talk to people.
It's so easy. There's so many things to say.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we will see you guys next week. Enjoy the games. Like, subscribe, Twitter, Facebook, not Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
We have a Twitter?
Yes, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Chris, by the way.
What's our Twitter handle?
Pond brings friends, and we very much appreciate it.
Thank you, Pond. We do appreciate it.
Twitch, Chris just won the championship.
I did.
On for Sassuolo in season 7 of our league. So congrats to him.
Jam made me laugh. He said, "What are friends, and where do I get 5 of them?" Agreed.
I don't know. If we knew, we wouldn't be doing this.
That's right. If you subtract us 4, what do we got? We're struggling.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy.
Thanks for watching.